Okay, here we are in the dungeon. Got a diamond white Cadillac. I'm going to do a mirror, front bumper, sanded the bumper down with 180 sandpaper on a DA. We're going to seal it with paint sealer, white in color. MP121. MP122 is the hardener. This stuff is thick, man. Thick. So you want to stir it up really good. It's made to fill the scratch in. It's made to do exactly what we're using it for. 180 would be the furthest out. You'd want to go with the sandpaper grit. I'm abusing it like I always do. So if there's going to be a problem, I have the problem. So I'm going to get this good and stirred up. This mix is 4 to 1. Spray 2 coats of this on, and we're going to go to our color. This is a tricolor, so we're going to put a white base down first, and then our metallic, our pearl coat will go on top of that. So let me set you guys back and get the gun loaded up. I used this last time we did the last white diamond Cadillac. I like to use the white sealer when I'm doing a light color, or especially like a yellow. Do some of those little test sheets or spray out panels. Get you some yellow paint and spray the card. Side that's white will cover 3 or 4 coats. The side that's black, you'll be there all day. That's one good color. That's an example that you need a sealer with. We're using this as a primer. So we're priming our job with it, sealing our paint, getting our ground foundation, and then we're going to put our color right over it. I can tell you from experience, white, yellows, you'll think you'll have them covered, and you go ahead and clear it, and then come back the next day and it's bleeding through everywhere. So those are the jobs you learn to use sealer on, and I like sealer because I abuse it all the time. I use it instead of primer, and the kind of stuff that I do, one less step is more money. I like using it for the right reasons too, but these are the worst possible conditions you can spray in here, guys. If the stuff works here, it'll work anywhere. We got water dripping out of the line here. I put up some real good stuff today on my favorites you guys should probably watch. It's a competitor, but a very smart man in the paint business. He's the founder of House of Colors, and usually when he talks, you should listen. He comes across a little abrasive, but the guy's been around the block a few times. I know he happens to hate Matrix because it's a copycat company, but they have some good products, and he's got some really good knowledge to share. They just came out with a whole new line of tintable primer surfaces, and white happens to be on the chart for you guys over at Piss Poor Gloss Company. We still use it in the custom world. Going to be using the starting line. This Just got a 1/4 tip on it. Here we go. So there's our first coat, and as you can see, we're almost the color of the car. So stands to reason that that's going to cover very quick. We're going to use very little paint, and this job's going to go very fast. So we're at 6 minutes right now. So just remember, when we're done sealing this, we're taking the place of the primer process. So there won't be any wet sanding or sanding of the primer here. It's just going to be seal it and shoot it. Put a medium wet coat on. We'll follow that up by a heavy coat. We'll let this splash off a little bit. You don't want to get too aggressive with the sealer because you can pull edges up. So I really don't like sealers that take reducer for that very reason. If you have an edge where you break through, sometimes the solvents can pull the edge. So if you do have a solvent-based sealer, you want to go a little lighter on your application. You might be better with 3 medium coats or 2 medium coats instead of 1 heavy coat. So this is like watching a cake bake here, but we'll close our stuff up. Can't have that. I just got paint on my Secola. Alrighty then. Yeah, so pretty good stuff. That's a video of Andrea making Tom's World's paint. She's shipping that off today, I guess. And yeah, man, it was good talking to you this morning, Tom. I need to call Cecil still, man. I feel like a big bag of assholes. I need to get a hold of him tonight somehow and talk to him. I wanted to call Rick Fix, but I can't call Canada. Apparently it's expensive, so maybe I'll get a phone card for my birthday or something in November. to be our color for the ground coat. Throw another coat of sealer on this. I wanted to show you, I don't know if this will show up, but the sealer almost looks like an eggshell when it flashes. Very satiny, almost zero peel. That's what I was telling you. If you take the one and you do a spray out with the one converted into the sealer and spray sealer next to it, there's no comparison when you look at the two. So that's another reason I like the sealer. It's more heavy bodied and seems to flow out a little nicer. Gives you a better ground coat. People are buying cars like crazy down here now. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's figuring out the world's not going to come to an end and they're going to have to do something. Alrighty. We'll be using a plus on this. Can't even see what that says. I think it's a 1.5. It's a good base gun. I like it, especially for these pearl cuts. Alrighty.
All right, let's go paint a bumper.
Okay, there's one coat of base, and if I was real cheap, I could go right to the next step, put the pearl on, and hammer this with some clear. But I'll go ahead and put one more coat down, and that's the difference between sealer and no sealer. It covered instantly. First coat, we're all uniform. You don't see any streaking. We're not peeking through anywhere with different colors. And we totally avoided the primer process doing it this way. So if you're doing used cars, non-sandable sealers are the way to go. I have to finish it a little further, but it really speeds the process up. I mean, you can't do everything that way, but you can strip hoods, do it this way. You can do bumpers, you know, stuff like that. So I'll let that flash off and give it another shot. This knocked out and go primer our Mustang up. And, I don't know, man. I guess my motorhome's gonna get completely destroyed. I think we got a big hurricane or something coming now, so maybe we'll be making a pickup truck out of that. Still runs real good, but we got some serious water in it, man. Serious water. I got to decide whether to fix it or scrap it. So we're starting to flash off. It's getting satiny looking. This is a tricolor, so we'll have to go with our next base coat over this, and then we'll go with our clear. Sticky, sticky. It's cooling off today. Cloudy, not very hot. So takes a little longer. We got a couple more jobs today. Hood and a roof and a fender on a truck, and a hood and a roof and a fender and a deck lid on a Cavalier, and got a Jaguar that's all smashed on every panel. So I think somebody's going to be busy when they come to visit. I don't know. Need some space. Big shop. A YouTube shop. I build YouTube hot rods. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Unlimited budget. Build them and sell them as you go. We got Tom's gonna build an electric car. That'll be cool. I'd like to put an electric motor in my race car. I'm already paying $8.50 a gallon for my gas. So. All right, let's put another coat on this. That's it, man, 2 coats. So we lay 2 coats of base down. 2 coats of sealer, 2 coats of base. Now we're gonna go with our pearl coat next. There you go, Tom. I don't know if that helps you, but that was MSP. Sprayed the complete bumper with 25% of a pint. So it's easy to overorder this stuff as far as buying too much. It probably covers a little better than what you're used to. Okie dokie, here we go. That's our pearl.